Should you purify your Apex Shadow legendaries, in specific Ho-Oh and Lugia, in Pokemon Go? Let's check it out right now. Let's jump right in. Welcome back, my trainer club. Let me know in the comments below, how are you guys doing with your Apex Shadow Lugia section for the research? I know there's a long way to be able to go. Make sure to stay consistent with this, because today we're going to talk about purifying these Pokemon. I see a lot of people asking, is it going to be worth purifying? Obviously, Shadow Pokemon are stronger and a little bit glassier. So they're 20% stronger by nature, and they're 20%-ish glassier by nature, meaning their defense is dropped and their attack is raised. With that said, that does make them usually quite a bit stronger, especially for meta attacker purposes. But as far as PvP goes, it can be a coin flip to see which one is going to be in your best interest to be able to have for the purified version, or I should say the non-shadow version. But in this case, it would be a purified version and without. We are back with another video sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako Box. The Tokyo Treat and Sakurako Box are both fully jam-packed with amazing treats, snacks, and other memorabilia from Japan, including a booklet that's going to explain each and every aspect of the Japanese culture related to what is going to be in each box. Tokyo Treat will get you up to 20 of the latest, most exclusive, limited edition, and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks that are only available in Japan for a limited time, like Pepsi, Japanese sake Kit Kats, and many more. 20, yes, you heard it right, 20. And Sakurako is going to be exactly the same amount of items, but in a little bit different of a twist. Sakurako is going to include 20 traditional and authentic artisan Japanese snack items, including Japanese teas, and one special Japanese tableware with your box every single month. Sakurako helps in partnering with local Japanese snack makers to continue to share the Japanese culture and traditions that have been passed down for over 100 years. Yes, over 100 years in the Japanese snack making industry that is coming straight to your door each and every month. And this month we will be getting a Sakura side plate, which is perfectly sized to hold your sweets and other snacks. Each and every month with the Sakurako box, you are getting an exclusive kitchenware item that is only going to be able to be found in this box. These specific items are going to change each and every month that you do get the Sakurako box, so now you can have something additional to collect alongside your Pokemon. So whether it be Tokyo Treat, Sakurako box, or the combination of the two, which is very vibrant and traditional all in one, please use the code TRAINER to get $5 off your first purchase. You can find the links in the pinned comments or the descriptions of this video, so let's jump into Japan together. Before we get into this, I just want to say that usually speaking, I am not one to purify a Shadow Pokemon, regardless of what the IVs are, where it could get me, whatever that is, because typically speaking, it's a rare Pokemon, right? How many times are you going to be able to get an Apex Shadow Ho-Oh in Pokemon Go? As of right now, only one. So you can't trade for it, nobody can't trade it to you. So as of right now, it's an extremely rare Pokemon in itself. But with that said, what's going to be the main visual difference between these two Pokemon? That is going to be the Apex Shadow has a little bit more of like a darky aura hue around it with kind of like stars looking, and then once you purify that from the Apex Shadow, it does become this rainbow type as far as the Ho-Oh goes. So the visually aesthetics are very, very attractive for these purified Pokemon. But just remember, guys, we're talking about function and we're not necessarily talking about the ambiance of these Pokemon. But if you do love the ambiance, maybe you just go with that because that's how you play this game. But for me, I'm here to make sure I deliver you guys with some of my best tips that I possibly can give you. With that said, now let's jump into the statistics. So as of right now, I have not seen this move ever hit PvPoke. I have also not seen this move hit any of the Game Press statistical analysis. However, we do have some of the stats on these moves, so we are going to break down what the stats of these moves are, and then we're going to put them into place as far as their respective categories, because we obviously have Ho-Oh with Sacred Fire, which is going to be a fire move, and then we have Lugia with Aeroblast, which is going to be a flying move. So let's get in. Starting off, let's check out Sacred Fire. So Sacred Fire is going to start off at a PvE attack standpoint with the damage at 110. Then when it goes into the Sacred Fire Plus, we are now looking at 135. And then if we're going to the Plus Plus, that's going to be 155. So initially speaking, you may be like, wow, look at 155. It's obviously stronger than 135, but you have to take into account that Ho-Oh in the Shadow form is going to be a stronger attacker from that standpoint. But obviously, when we do break it down, we're going to cover DPS times TDO, which is going to take into account the attack of this Pokemon as well as the tankiness of the Pokemon and marry it for the best analysis. And then let's go into the Aeroblast. Aeroblast regular is going to have a power of 180. Once it does go into Aeroblast Plus, it's going to be 200. And then once it goes into Plus Plus, it's going to be 225. So looking at right there, obviously it looks like it does ramp up, but is it going to be worth taking your Shadow form out of the Shadow form into the Purified Apex for this? Let's start off with Ho-Oh and see where the Sacred Fire Plus and Plus Plus does sit as far as its best moveset. Sitting at the top, we have Shadow Ho-Oh, Incinerate, and Brave Bird at 4,095. So look at that right off the bat, guys. We think that this moveset is going to be the #1 thing to be able to do. However, it's not even the best moveset on this Pokemon, which is quite surprising. Actually, Brave Bird is going to be at the #1 spot. Next, we are going to have Incinerate and Sacred Fire in the Shadow form at 3,698. And then we have Extra Sensory and Brave Bird at 3,485, Shadow again. Steel Wing, Brave Bird. And then we go into the Shadow Ho-Oh with Steel Wing, Extra Sensory with the Sacred Fire Plus. And then if you do want to see the Purified Ho-Oh with Incinerate and Sacred Fire Plus Plus, we are looking at 2,781, which is almost 1,000 point differential. So just right there, guys, as far as an attacker standpoint, I think we obviously know which one is going to be the most effective here, but let's stack it up. For Ho-Oh, we are going to use all fire type Pokemon and see where it does sit from the Shadow and the non-Shadow form. We're looking at Mega Charizard Y at the top, no surprise here at 7,814, Mega Blaziken in spot number 2 at 7,624, Mega Charizard X 4,376. So at the top, guys, look at the Megas dominating, Mega Charizard being #1 and then Mega Blaziken being #2. But if we take away the fast move from the Mega Blaziken and we allow it to get other quick moves, it will actually have a higher DPS times TDO than the Mega Charizard, but that is not a stab bonus double fire move, so we can't really compare that. So the optimal fire Pokemon in the game right now and for the foreseeable future will be Mega Charizard Y. And then we have Shadow Entei, Fire Fang, and Overheat at 3,789, and then Shadow Ho-Oh with Incinerate and Sacred Fire at 3,698, which is actually, as far as Shadows go, non-Megas, the second strongest Pokemon in the game right now, actually above the Reshiram at Fire Fang and Overheat at 3,683, so it's really close. Then Shadow Moltres at Fire Spin and Overheat at 3,662. Mega Houndoom coming in there. We have Shadow Charizard. We have regular Ho-Oh all the way at the bottom. Spot number 10 at 2,781. And then if you guys do want to go onto the second page to see where that regular Ho-Oh does compare, it is actually above the Entei, the Moltres, the Heatran, even the Volcarona, and other things such as Shadow Typhlosion and Shadow Arcanine. So honestly speaking, guys, looking at this Pokemon right here, it looks really good. As far as a meta attacker, as far as this, it is not like prime time amazing, but from its even better standpoint, in the regular form, it's 2,700, which is now spot number 10, above Moltres, above Entei, above other Pokemon. So this is going to be quite a significant jump for this Pokemon in the Shadow form. So as of right now, from a meta rate attacker, would I power this Pokemon up? I would not. Would I purify this Pokemon? I would definitely not. But now let's check out the Go Battle League and see where it does sit. As far as Ho-Oh in the Master League, it's going to sit at spot number 5, regular, and number 6 as the Shadow. So honestly speaking, guys, would I do this on this Pokemon? I would definitely not, just for one ranking up. And honestly, yes, the regular one is outperforming it, and this one is not taking into account the different moveset of Sacred Fire Plus and Plus Plus, because I believe it would indicate here it is going strictly off Sacred Fire. So, honestly speaking, keep your Shadow Ho-Oh as a Shadow. I would not suggest purifying an Apex Shadow. That's gonna be my stance on pretty much every Shadow, but I wanna make sure you guys have the understanding here, which now we're gonna move into the Lugia. It is not out yet for anybody. Nobody has gotten it yet. It will be coming out soon once you get through the research, but let's be proactive right now. If we're looking at the DPS times TDO for Lugia, Shadow Lugia, Extra Sensory and an Aeroblast Plus is 4,876. Then we have the regular Lugia above all the other Shadows with Extra Sensory and Aeroblast at 3,870. So although the purified version does get quite a bit of a bump and it sits in second spot, it is still 1,000 points DPS times TDO below the Shadow form, which is very significant. And then we have Shadow Lugia with Extra Sensory Sensory and regular Aeroblast at 3726, Dragon Tail and Aeroblast Plus 3589, Extra Sensory Sky Attack 2969, and then we have Lugia with Dragon Tail Aeroblast at 2749. So it does get a significant boost with this moveset, especially on that shadow form. So now let's check it out. As a flying type attacker, it's only going to be the charged move flying. Let's see where it does stack up, because just remember, it has to go against Mega Rayquaza, because that is a dragon and a flying type Pokemon. Even though it's not out, we still have to honorably mention it, so let's check that out. Spot number 1, like we talked about, Mega Rayquaza, is going to be Dragon Tail and Hurricane at 12,130. Then we have Shadow Moltres, Fire Spin and Sky Attack at 4933, followed closely by Shadow Lugia, Extra Sensory and Aeroblast Plus at 4876. Then we have Shadow Ho-Oh in there with the Brave Bird at 4,095, Shadow Honchkrow, and then the regular Lugia at Aeroblast Plus and Extra Sensory at 3870, followed by Dragon Knight in the Shadow form, Mega Pidgeot, Shadow Zapdos, Shadow Staraptor. Wow, so that is a significant bump on that Shadow Lugia. I cannot wait to get this Pokemon, and the Aeroblast is the top recommended moveset for this Pokemon as the strongest moveset on this Pokemon, so it does give it quite a boost, and it also does help out with this Pokemon, and it puts it only 50 points away from the Shadow Moltres, which is quite significant with that specific move of Sky Attack. So bravo Lugia, bravo. Do I suggest purifying this? Absolutely not. And it's sitting well above the Mega Pidgeot, which is the Mega right now, which is quite crazy. So now let's look at it from a PvP perspective and see where it does sit. For Lugia, the recommended moveset is going to be Dragon Tail, Sky Attack, and Aeroblast. And just remember guys, in the regular form, it's gonna be ranked 2. In the Shadow form, it's gonna be ranked 8. It does not look like they are taking these movesets into account, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I once again would not purify this Pokemon. Unless, the only way I would do this, if I'm never ever gonna use it as a meta raid attacker, and if PvPoke does come out with it, and it's like ranked number 1 by far, and it's dominating, and you are only a Go Battle League focused Pokemon player, then maybe I would consider it. But beyond that, I would not consider it. I would keep it as its Shadow form. That plus move does make it quite a bit stronger, and with that 20% damage attack boost, I'd suggest you guys keep it there. So make sure to hit that thumbs up on this video. Make sure to guys stay tuned to this channel. Keep all the notifications on, because I can't wait to help with more Pokemon Go videos in the near future. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes your support, subscription, and participation to the next level, I'm gonna see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.